Alain Delon, Paul Newman, Sean Connery, James Bond himself. These stars from the first half of the 1900s are the quintessential example of classically handsome. What makes their handsomeness just hit different than the handsome guys of today? Well, today we're gonna explore that. I'm gonna share with you how they did it and also how you can kind of bring this aura, this classically handsome vibe into the modern era. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I got my classically fit outfit on, I got my hair styled, and I look good, I feel good. You gotta dress to impress, But the biggest point that I wanna emphasize about obtaining this style, this aura, is that you have to achieve full lifestyle congruence to fully pull it off. And this transfers into all areas. For example, I, been on YouTube for a while, been kind of saving my money up a little bit, and I was on Facebook Marketplace and I saw this Lamborghini, an older Lamborghini. It was like a 2014 or something. And I was like, you know what? If I really wanted to, I could go buy that. And for a second, I thought about it. And then it hit me. That would be so incongruent. What are you going to go buy this Lamborghini and then park it in the back of your apartment? I live in an apartment here. So you only do that if it fits your lifestyle. Go park it at your house in the hills or something like that. So if you were to start dressing like Alain Delon, but then you go to your middle school, 7th grade, sitting at the cafeteria lunch table eating your old pizza, right? It's totally incongruent and it just won't work. Now, this isn't to say you're never going to achieve that classic attractiveness, but you just should strive for the whole lifestyle of classical aura instead of just adopting the aesthetic outfitting of a classically handsome man. Become the classically handsome man and embody him fully. But regardless, what makes the classically handsome man classically handsome? We're gonna start from the top and work our way down. Of course, we have to look at the hair. The quintessential hairstyle that reigned supreme for men from the 20s to the 60s was the classic side part. Until the mid 60s, when the hippie movement of long, free-flowing hair disrupted the supreme reign of the classic side part, this was the go-to. What it comes down to is at least 4 inches on the top, an inch on the sides, and an inch or under on the back. This is what is needed to obtain the classic side part. No fades, no tapers, no skin fades or anything like that, just good old-fashioned naturally groomed hair. Now, obviously you need to have the hair in the first place, and if it's thinning or you're balding, it's just not gonna work out for you. And this is where our sponsor comes in. So shout out to Keeps for sponsoring today's video. Keeps is awesome. Keeps is an online subscription service that makes it possible for men to treat their male pattern baldness from the comfort of their own home. With Keeps, get clinically proven treatments shipped right to your door in discreet packaging without you even having to move a muscle. It's super easy. You just complete an online consultation and then you find the treatment that's going to work for your specific type of male pattern baldness, and then you could subscribe to every 3, 6, or 12-month delivery options. Plus, you can adjust, pause, or cancel at any time. It's up to you. According to clinical studies, treatments by Keeps are up to 90% effective at treating hair loss and can increase hair growth up to 35%. Who wouldn't want 35% more hair? Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just maintain thick, healthy hair, Keeps got you covered. In addition to the clinically proven treatments, Keeps also offers hair thickening shampoo and conditioner and a thickening pomade. Most Keeps customers notice a difference within 6 months, and with over 4,500 5-star reviews, this shit is good. Hair loss stops with Keeps, and I got a deal, so you know what that means. You guys get a deal too. Go to keeps.com/Brett. Again, that's keeps.com/BRETT. Now, once you have the hair, whether you got it from Keeps or elsewhere, then you style it, and the go-to styling product that men used in the early 1900s was pomade, and this was basically the only thing available back then, so this is what they used. However, this is more shiny than what us guys tend to use today. Now you can achieve this hairstyle and with less shine with something like a paste or a clay, so it's up to you, whatever you want to use. I personally think that the slick back and the middle part also kind of give off the classically handsome look, which you can try if you so please. And one more thing when it comes to hair is that a pillar of the classically handsome look is to be completely clean shaven. When you got a beard going, you got facial hair, it just looks kind of scrubby and shaggy and unkempt. So I even shaved just for this occasion. Now we move down a little bit, and the next thing of course is style. When it comes to style, obviously it's a suit, and the pillar of the suit is the jacket, right? And it's always a cotton or tweed blazer as your overcoat. Undershirt was always something like a cotton, tweed, or knit sweater or turtleneck or button down, of course. And one of the most important elements is that it's always monochromatic. Same color dress pants as your blazer. No mismatching like we do today where we'll have a maroon pants with your khaki shirt. It's always the same color top and bottom. Quite boring, you would, as you might notice, but where you make the statements is subtly with your accessories, whether it's your watch, your belt, your shoes, your pocket square. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my favorite pocket square, so I feel quite naked, but it is what it is. Now, to get some staples of your classic gentleman arsenal cabinet, what do you call it? Wardrobe, that's the word. Now, to get some staples for your classic gentleman wardrobe, you don't have to, you know, drop your whole wallet on it. You can get some of these things at inexpensive places like H&M, Zara, and then a next step up would be Polo, Ralph Lauren, which is great. And then going back to the other spectrum, you could get it very cheap at places, online stores such as Shein, Boohoo Man, and this new one, Temu, which is incredibly inexpensive, and you can get some decent stuff on there. But Polo, Ralph Lauren is my favorite. I recommend going onto Pinterest and just typing in Polo, Ralph Lauren, and you'll get so many great examples and good inspiration on ways to dress. Look up guys like Lucky Blue Smith, who has done multiple modeling campaigns with them and always looks fantastic. And I look similar to him, so it's always helpful to find somebody that looks a little bit similar to your, you know, physique, hair color, whatever it might be, so you can kind of adopt and adapt to that style. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, it's important to be congruent. So if you try to just walk into your, you know, middle school wearing this stuff out at recess, wearing a tweed suit, it's going to be weird. It's going to be incongruent. So you might want to try to bring this, you know, more gentleman classic elegance into the modern world. And some people who have done this fantastically are people who attend F1 races. It's a very high money place, but a place where you want to exude elegance, sophistication, and that classic gentleman aura. So you can look at people like Tom Cruise at F1 races. You can Google this stuff, or Brad Pitt at the F1 race. They're not just bumming it, you know, but they have that touch of elegance, whether it's in the collared shirt, like the collared sleeves, you know, they have their nice expensive sunglasses on, and of course they have their Rolexes or their Breitlings or whatever it might be. That's how they make their statements. And this is a vibe, a current that runs all the way through F1. So it's a really cool example of that modern classic gentleman vibe. Now, there's just one more thing I want to mention when it comes to the classic gentleman aesthetic, and that is your fragrance. You could do all this other stuff, buy all the outfits in the world, but if you smell like dog shit, then it all just goes out the window, right? So you gotta top it off with that nice little touch, that spice. And my favorite is the fragrance Acqua di Gio. It's a very, I would say, masculine, woody, leathery. I don't know, I'm not Jeremy Fragrance over here, but it smells great. Now, when I was doing research for this video, I actually found from the fellow YouTuber Gent Z, he says Flores number 89 was worn by Ian Fleming, the actual author of 007 James Bond. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us, right? And another one, Green Irish tweed, was actually worn by Cary Grant, one of the quintessential classic gentlemen, as well as George Clooney and even the King of England himself. So that's pretty epic and definitely worth giving a try if you want to achieve that same kind of aura, that same vibe. So guys, this is all I have for you today. Like I said, it's all about congruence. Be bold, but be congruent. Become the man himself. Don't just look it. If you haven't already, subscribe, turn notifications on, and until next time.